He's the best physique in the world. 3-time Olympia champion. And now, Brandon Hendrickson is here on Fit Media Channel.
Today we are training shoulders. I want to give 100% in each set. So now it's time to really push it. Now we got to tap into that mentality, the savage mentality. Sets, reps, supersets, beating up the muscle fibers, tearing them up, ripping them apart so they can build back stronger. Yeah, now the fun starts. It's so pumped right now. You can get really creative with the shoulder exercises. Make sure you guys take notes, have your notebook out, have your pen ready.
Keep going.
Because I got a lot of information to give you guys, all right? So stay tuned, this is gonna be a good one. If my shoulders don't grow after this workout, there's a problem. I can't feel my delts. My delts are numb. I'm so excited, you guys. We got shoulders today. We're in the middle of 16-week prep. We have 8 weeks to go. I'm defending my title. I'm going in Mr. Olympia as the current and reigning Men's Physique Mr. Olympia champion. We have a lot of work to do, but I'm feeling really good. I'm very careful with my workouts. I don't push anything too much. I always give about 80 to 90% of my max so I don't injure myself. Stay healthy, stay focused, and just work hard. So I'm just warming up. I like to warm up about 10-15 minutes before any workout, specifically for shoulders. I start with a lateral raise, but I do it 3 different ways. Obviously, we have 3 different heads of the delt, so I'm warming up all 3 heads. I'm doing a regular lateral raise with my palms out. That's hitting the side delt. And then I rotate my palms up. That hits the front delt. And then I rotate my palms down. Pinkies up. And that's gonna focus on the rear delt. So I do about 3-4 sets of 15 for all 3 heads of the delt. I got the pump cover on. I can't show anything yet. Really, I like to wear a hoodie when I come in the gym because I don't like to come in the gym and start my workout cold. I like to get really warmed up, have a sweater on, do 3-4 exercises where I get warmed up. Everything I do is to prevent injury. Anything like a smaller muscle group, you want to make sure you warm that up a lot. It's not really building yet. The building comes with the compound movements, the barbell presses, dumbbell presses, all that stuff. But right now we want to make sure we warm up just to avoid injury. Yeah, they're getting warmed up already. Training shoulders is one of the most important parts of being a men's physique athlete. The V-taper starts with the shoulders. First thing we come out, you see the V-taper. So first thing is the shape and symmetry. And what starts the shape is the shoulders and the back. When you're on stage, it's all about making the V-taper strong and making the waist small. You have to have a 3D look. You want to have 3D depth in your chest, your back, and your shoulders. So for the front pose, you want to make sure that you have density in the front delts. On the flip side of that, the rear delts, when I turn to the back, I want everything up top to come forward and the waist always pulling back. So that's the importance of having density in the front delts and the rear delts. Make sure you guys are warming up those shoulders and then adding a lot of pressure to those shoulders to make them grow You want them round and you want them dense. We're still warming up. Now I'm doing a cable lateral raise. I'm going in the front, and then I'm going straight, supersetting to the back. So I'm hitting more like front medial, and then when I go to the back, I'm hitting more medial rear. One mistake a lot of guys make is that they pull with their wrist above their elbow. What that does is that's gonna trigger your traps. You don't want to work your traps. You wanna keep the traps out of the exercise. So the key to that is to bend the wrist and make sure your elbow is coming up higher than the wrist. Always keep the elbow above the wrist. Now that's gonna focus more on the delts, front delt, rear delt, and side. If you notice, I'm not coming all the way down at the end of the exercise. I'm keeping the tension on the delt by only literally coming like 75% down. And so keep the tension on the delt and then right back up. Because of that, I don't need to go heavy. And second reason I don't need to go heavy is because I'm supersetting straight to the rear. I'm going front, straight to the rear. And then I'm switching sides, going the other side, front, straight to the rear. So I'm keeping the tension and the pressure on the delt. Getting a lot of blood flow. That's what we want. We want as much blood flow as we can get before we start damaging and beating up the muscle. It's the little things. It's not even anything big. You see how I said like turn the wrist 75%. Put your thumbs up, palms up. You know, those little things make the biggest difference. So you guys pay attention because I'm giving a lot of little details that'll really help you guys.
Warm up 10 to 15 minutes before any workout. On shoulders, make sure you use variations to target all three heads of the shoulder.
Yeah, we're doing front delts now. It was the first working set. Started light, 25 pounds. I always try to gauge where my energy is at by the first couple exercises. If I feel like the first set I can do more than I thought I could, exercise is gonna be great. The workout's gonna be great. I got about 25 reps, so that means I'm feeling good today. So this is the first set. I'll probably do like 3 or 4 sets here. I didn't feel too fatigued after that either, so I'm gonna try to push a little bit more. I'm gonna probably get up to 30 or 35 and just go to failure. I have a number in my head and I shoot for that, but I go to failure. So if I try to shoot for like 25, I'll try to get as close to 25 as I can. Like here, I just got 25 reps, so I'm feeling good today. So we'll push it a little bit more. I get up to 35 pounds. I don't go no more than 35 for these exercises. I just did 30 for 15 reps, so my goal is 20, but we got up to 15, so getting a little tired, but the energy's still really good. My strength is still there. It's about 80-90% right now. We're gonna keep pushing though. We just started, you know. We're only about 30% into the workout, so now it's time to really push it. Now we gotta tap into that mentality, the savage mentality. It's not monster mode anymore, it's savage mode now. If you saw, like, my form was getting a little compromised because I'm getting fatigued, so that's when I stop. Once you feel like the form is getting compromised, just stop. Because it's form over everything. Once you start losing the form, you're gonna miss-target the muscle. You're gonna start targeting a whole completely different muscle. So we wanna make sure we stay focused on the shoulder, keep the form 100% correct, and if not, just stop it. You're done. You're tired, let it go, recover, and go back into it. That was a heavyweight, yeah. I'm done here. Yeah, I'm done with the front raises. I'm warmed up. I'm actually gonna get into presses now. So yeah, now we're gonna really move.
Don't arrive with a list of sets and reps to follow. Instead, feel how your body's working on the day. When you feel the form is getting compromised, stop.
We're doing a hammer strength isolateral shoulder press. This is one of my favorite exercises. Now we're into our compound movements where we can now start beating up the muscle fibers, tearing them up, ripping them apart, so they can build back stronger with some good food. Build back stronger and bigger, so create a much stronger, wider V taper on stage. We're gonna do weight now. So now we're switching to weight. Oh yeah. Right now I just did 20 with one plate, so we're gonna add on some more weight and the reps will start coming down.
That's where the fun starts.
Yeah, now the fun starts. The most I'll get up to as far as reps is probably 7 or 8. A lot of people they like to do 10-second rest between sets, 30-second rest between sets. For me, I want to give 100% in each set. So if it takes me 1 minute to rest to give 100% on the next set, I'll take a minute. If it takes 90 seconds to give 100% on the next set, I give that time. But I don't give too much time where the muscle gets cold. So I give myself enough time where I have the energy back, my breathing is controlled, and I know I'm able to put in 100%. If I'm not, I'm gonna just keep resting. You wanna give 100% in each set, you guys, remember that.
Young guy watching this who's a regular gym goer, what can he take away from this workout that he can use in his own workouts?
I would say breathing control. The more muscle you have, the more oxygen you need. So no matter what type of workout you're doing, always control your breathing. I promise you, once you control your breathing the first 3 sets, you will definitely be able to get another 3 to 4 reps after that. So really focus on your breathing. If you guys watch me, I'm trying to get as much oxygen as I can to really get that weight up, keep that energy high, and go as much and as far as I can in that set. So make sure you guys are controlling that breathing. It's really important. 2, 1, yeah. My goal was to hit 15. We got up to 12, I think, 11 and a half, 12. But my goal is 15, so it's just like, if you plan on going to the moon, you don't shoot for the sky. You gotta shoot for the stars. So if I wanna get to 15, I gotta shoot for 20. Come down. Right there. If I wanna get to 12, I gotta shoot for 15. So this last set I did, in my head I wanted to get to 15, but we got to 12, which is good enough for me because I'm fatigued and I went to failure. So I'm really happy with that set. Now we're gonna flip it, use the same machine, bring the weight down, put a little bit more pressure on the muscle. The cool thing about this machine, check it out. So you can face forward, but a lot of people don't know you could actually reverse and face the pad and go the other way. Ooh. So that's gonna put a lot of pressure on the delt. Okay, here we go. So it's not a major difference what I'm doing. I guess I'm focusing more on a different part of the delt. So if I'm going back this way, it's more medial rear. So when I flip it and I'm going forward, now it's more medial front. So now I reversed it, so now I'm hitting more front delt and medial delt, keeping that pressure on. Like we say, it's about those little details.
The final set. Time to push through.
Oh yeah. I think about all those times those guys doubted me. 80 to 90% of my career, I was doubted. I was an underdog. Keep going. So I remember those times, man, 5-6 years ago. It's almost like trauma, but it's good trauma because I use it and I do something positive with this. Keep going. So I always remember those voices where I was doubted, where I was hated on. They all come into my head those last couple reps, and that's what helps me finish the set. We gotta turn negativity into something positive. Yeah. About halfway done.
Give yourself enough rest to give 100% on the next set. Breathe. Use controlled breathing to keep oxygen flowing through the muscles. And always turn negativity into something positive.
Oh yeah. Oh, you feel everything. This machine is amazing. I thought about doing a dumbbell lateral raise, but I'd rather stay here. Lateral raise with the dumbbells is kind of like not very stable. So I like the stability of this machine, plus the angles. Look how much it turns the angle, so you can get the right, any angle that you want to hit, you can get it. And also you have the stability of the machine. And you can put it at any height and any width that you want.
You don't say dumbbells are better than machines, or?
It just depends. Depends on the exercise. This exercise for this specific machine, I think this is better than dumbbells, for sure. Yeah, it's really good. But let's say for like chest day, if I were to do like a dumbbell press, I prefer to do dumbbell press than actual like a cable press machine, you know? So it just depends on the exercise. But this one for sure, I love this machine for lateral raises. I feel so much like blood. I feel like there's just a bunch of blood flow in my shoulder. It's so pumped right now. I almost can't feel it. I can't feel my delts.
What are you feeling now?
I don't feel anything. That's the problem. My delts are numb. I feel fatigued, but at the same time, I'm pumped. I'm energized. No, this is like we're about 80% done with the workout. How's the mirror looking? Checking the symmetry. So like yesterday, what I noticed, my traps is a little bit low. Not where I want them to be in my head, my vision. So we're actually gonna work on some traps too. This is kind of like connected to the delts. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm just checking symmetry, checking the palm, the vascularity, and just really like I said, man, I'm studying every day. How can I beat myself? So you gotta look at those little things, the traps, the rear delts, the biceps, the triceps. How can I get better and better every single day?
Compared to free weights, machines offer stability. So if the machine will do the job, use it. And creating the perfect physique is all about the detail. So aim to get every small detail balanced and in proportion. Stay with us for 3 more tough exercises.
You really don't feel it. Like, if my shoulders don't grow after this workout, there's a problem. Like, really, if your shoulders don't grow after this exercises, you have a serious problem, you guys. Or you're not eating enough. So this one, a lot of people, they pull straight up. What I'm actually doing for this one, I'm pulling the bar forward, and now I'm going upright. So that'll focus on the delts and not hitting the traps. Yeah, so this is for, I would say, medial delts, but it kind of, sometimes it targets the traps a little bit. It's more secondary. Secondary is primary delts, secondary traps. So I'm transitioning into the traps, starting with the upright rows. If you pull the upright row, the bar straight up, you can see my trap now. It's already been contracted. But if I pull the bar forward, now I'm taking my trap out of the game and I'm focusing more on the delt. So you want to make sure for upright rows, you pull the weight forward and then pull up. We got a few more left to go, a couple more sets of upright rows, then we're gonna head to traps and finish off the workout. Make sure it warmed up because you don't want any shoulder impingement, you don't want any shoulder injuries. It's a very, very easy muscle to injure. So make sure you guys are warming up properly and not overtraining the muscle. Make sure you train it with the right form and don't go crazy with the weight. This is a great movement. This hits rear delts primarily. Secondary is the traps. The key to this exercise, you don't want to pull too high, you don't want to pull too low. So I pull right on my chest. And then when I pull right about 3 or 4 inches above my chest, I split the cable. What that's doing is contracting the rear delts even more. So you want to make sure you split the cable right at the chest. It's that simple, but it's a great exercise. I'm at 85 pounds right now. I'm gonna go up to 100. Might go to like 110. So yeah, you can put on a little bit of weight for this one, for sure. That's crazy, we did so much. Just for 3 heads, there's a little shoulder, a little muscle group like this with shoulders, you can do so much with it. You can get really creative with the shoulder exercises. Oh yeah. When you're on stage, you have to have a 3D look. You want to have 3D depth in your chest, your back, and your shoulders. You want to make sure that you have density in the front delts because you want to make the illusion that the chest and the shoulders is coming forward and the waist is going back. On the flip side of that, the rear delts, when I turn to the back, you want to make it as if the rear delts and the upper back are going towards the judges and the waist is going towards the backstage. So that's the importance of having density in the front delts and the rear delts. Very important exercise for the rear delts here. All right, we just finished exercising primary rear delts, secondary traps. About 90%, 85%, 90% done with the workout.
It's just as important to target both the front and rear delts for that full 3D look. And to use variations to target the muscles you want. Be creative.
A lot of the machines you can really get creative on, especially this one. This is mainly used for chest. I'm using this one for traps and rear delts. Key to this machine is making sure the elbows are straight. You don't want to bend your elbows. Keep the elbows straight so that you can focus and keep the tension on the rear delt. And you want to squeeze back as much as you can, as far as you can, to really hit those rear delts. Very basic machine, but effective. When I hunch over, I'm allowing my rear delt to stretch more. I'm really just stretching the rear delt forward so I can get more, like literally 2 or 3 more inches of range so I can hit the move properly. Versus if I'm just straight up, the range is kind of short. So if I bend over, I have more, like 2 to 3 more inches of range.
How are we feeling toward the end of the work?
Honestly, like, I'm excited. I love the way my body's feeling. I love the way it's looking so far, 8 weeks out. With the conditioning and the size and shape that I have right now, this is the best, and honestly, that I felt and that I've looked at this point out. So I'm really excited to show everyone, show the world what I'm bringing in 8 weeks to Mr. Olympia.
We're doing shoulders today. What's your split across the week?
It rotates. So I start with Sundays off. Today I start with shoulders, tomorrow I'm back, Wednesday chest, Thursday legs, and then I rotate. Back again to shoulders, back, chest, Sunday off. So it just rotates every week. So I don't train the same muscle group on the same day every week. Also abs. I train abs about 4 to 5 times a week. The first thing the judges see as soon as you step on stage is the abs, the core, the conditioning. So you have to make sure that's strong, especially men's physique, we're only showing half of the body. So the first thing they're gonna see is the abs and the V-taper. So you gotta make sure those things are strong. One more. That was it. That was the last set. We finished shoulder exercise, 8 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia, defending my title. Thank you, Fit Media Channel. And make sure you guys go check out my YouTube also, Hendrickson TV. I got a lot more information to share with you guys on there. Let's get in there.